Hello Aries, this is Tarot by T and I'm doing your TarotScope, your love TarotScope for May. And before I start, I want to ring in this precious little bell to bring in the angels and create sacred space. Okay, let me start shuffling. What does Aries need to know about their love life for May? What is coming up for Aries in May? Let's see what May holds for Aries. May only the highest forces be present to ensure that the truth be told. Okay, let's see what we have. Well, it looks like you're thinking about someone who resonates with the Queen of Pentacles. So this is someone who is very earthy, very down to earth, very calm. They like their material things. They're also very spiritual. So this could be someone, maybe it's either someone in your life that you're dealing with, or it could be something that you're dealing with within yourself. The cards in the center can go either way. They can sometimes represent what you are about instead of the person that you're asking about. So if that's the case, maybe you're looking for more security this month. You're doing a lot of thinking. The High Priestess, you're tapping into your inner intuition, and you're looking for more of a spiritual path this month. In the past, we have the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is a card about giving and receiving, and finding the balance between giving and receiving. So there could be a situation where in a relationship there was maybe an imbalance between the giving and the receiving. Maybe one person, maybe you were needing someone's assistance, and it could be that this Queen of Pentacles was helping you. And this Queen could represent a man or a female. The court cards represent types of people or characters. They don't necessarily follow the feminine masculine sign, but it's definitely someone who could be an earth sign in your life, either Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. And so this person, they know how to handle money, and they are good with money, and they may even work in a field where they deal with money. And maybe you've been having some problems and you might be coming to them for assistance. It's also a card of making sure that the balance is right in a relationship, that you're not doing all the receiving, because Aries has a tendency to be a little bit self-involved and maybe not aware of what's going on in someone else's life. So maybe you need to pay more attention, and maybe you need to give back a little bit and show that you value this person's generosity. Here, the Four of Cups is passing. You've been kind of bored with your life. And even though someone's offering you, maybe there's something that's being offered, either love or relationship or some kind of situation is being offered you, you're not sure that you want to accept it. Maybe you're feeling not valued. Maybe you're feeling that the person in your life that you care about doesn't really value you, or takes you for granted in some way. And so even though you're not really happy with the way things are, you haven't been ready to change it. You haven't been willing to accept this offer that's being offered to you. See the cup coming out of the cloud. He's contemplating. He's not really acting, he or she. coming up in the future, you have the Five of Cups. So you're healing from the past. You may have some regrets. You may feel like a relationship is kind of ending or is running into some problems. You're feeling sorrow over a relationship. And you're kind of regretting your past behavior. You're wishing that maybe you should have handled things differently. Maybe if you had handled things differently, this person would still be in your life. But with the Five of Cups, the relationship is not totally over. I don't see that as the end. I see that more of you focusing on your losses and not realizing what you still have to work with. So here you have the Two of Cups, but it's behind. You have two cups here behind the person. So this person can't see that they still have something to build on. They're just focusing on the losses. They're just saying, oh, I totally ruined this relationship. I screwed everything up. But that's not necessarily true. You can still build on what you have. You just have to stop focusing on what's negative and start focusing on what's positive. Look at the cups you still have to work with and go from there. And you might be able to salvage the relationship. Trust your intuition. This High Priestess card, that's a very significant card because it's a major arcana. So either the person you're dealing with is very spiritual, very compassionate, very intuitive, or you need to trust your own inner guide and follow that little inner voice. So if whatever the voice is telling you about relationships and love, you should follow that voice. Here, it seems like you're standing, you feel like you've got to defend yourself in some way. This is in the future. You might be standing you feel like you're up against some obstacles and you're not sure if you're going to be able to succeed against these obstacles. You feel like everything's so difficult. But you really have the upper hand. With the Seven of Wands, yes, there's always going to be a challenge. And you even have that here in the Five. Competition. You may feel like there's competition. Maybe you feel like the person you care about, you have to kind of fight again for that person. With the Seven of Wands, it's also about setting boundaries and standing up for who you are and what you believe in. Even though people may be against you or may be giving you different advice, people may be saying, oh, don't go out with this person, or you need to change, you need to be like this, or you need to be like that. You have the upper hand. So don't worry about the competition. Because if there's a person in your life and you have to compete against someone else, this person cares about you more than the competition, or whatever you perceive as competition. But you have two fives in this reading, so that represents things are changing. The Four of Wands here in the staff, that represents you have this need for security, for stability. You might even be thinking about making a commitment, because the Four sometimes can mean marriage. But it's in your sector of fears. So even though you care about someone, and you may want to make a commitment, or you're thinking about it, at the same time you're afraid of it. And so you're not really acting. That's why maybe you're afraid to accept this offer of love. Maybe you're just afraid of it. Maybe you've been through stuff in the past with the Five of Cups, and you've been hurt in the past, and you don't want to go through that again. You've had some losses in life, and you're afraid of taking a chance on love again. But the Ace of Wands, this falls in your environment. You have an opportunity to have a new beginning. So there's a new beginning coming up for you in May in love. And because it's a wand, maybe even in career. But the aces are always about beginnings, beginning energy, where you feel really enthusiastic and excited. So something may pop up in May that, some opportunity that you might really want to get involved in. And here's another card of something being offered to you, the Knight of Cups. And that's usually an offer of love. So whoever you're thinking of, this person is very romantic, maybe a little bit on the immature side. They have this romanticized view of love and relationships, and kind of like, almost like a Disney movie. They don't understand the reality of, two people. And this could be you too. Maybe you need to be more realistic and give people a little bit more leeway. No one is perfect. There is no perfect romance. There's no perfect relationship. You have beautiful moments together, and then sometimes you're going to fight, and sometimes you'll have times when you won't feel like being with this person. But if the relationship is basically sound, and it could be with the Four of Wands, and you have a lot in common, you can get through this. I mean, it doesn't mean when you love someone that you're never going to fight, that you're never going to have any problems. That's a fallacy. That's the fantasy that Hollywood puts out there, have forever, happily ever after. That's not real. When you're in a relationship, there's good days and there are bad days, and you just have to, what makes a relationship last is your willingness to work through the bad times and stick together, stick it out. So maybe that's what this card is saying. You need to stand up and battle through, fight through the obstacles to achieve your goal. So in any case, you have this opportunity for a new beginning, and you have the Knight of Cups, which is someone who's feeling very romantic, and maybe that's even you. There's someone who cares very much about you. Maybe, and here at the end, you have this conflict, though. There's an internal conflict. Maybe you feel like you can't always get along, that whenever even though you care about each other, you seem to fight a lot. You're both pulling to have your own way, and you can't ever get on the same page. You may have some conflicts to work out. But I think that you have this opportunity for a new beginning if you want to give it a chance. You just have to try to work things out, try to compromise. Try to see things from the other person's side. Because this is a karmic relationship. You feel strong attachment to this person. You feel like you've known them in a past life, maybe even. And I think you can, the competition, you can rise above the competition. And you can create harmony. You just have to be willing to compromise and be willing to think about someone else's needs as well as your own. And then you can get through this. And trust your intuition. This is the biggest card. This is also a time card, actually. The Wands, March, April. So you've already had this kind of an awakening. There's an opportunity. There's been an opportunity this spring for you to have a new beginning. You just have to decide whether you want it or not. It's there for you. So trust your intuition and you'll make the right choice. And don't expect perfection in a relationship or a person. And you can have the love that you need. And you need to let go of the past. The past hurts. Don't let the new person pay for the sins of the past lover. And I think you'll be okay. But things are changing in your life in May. We'll see how it works out. And I wish you good luck, and I wish you love, and I wish you the best for May. Thank you, Aries. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this reading.